Zelda Williams, the daughter of the late Robin Williams, described artificial intelligence being used to imitate her father's voice as personally disturbing. Williams claimed she has witnessed people using AI to create actors or even recreate actors without their permission. As some actors like her father have since died and could not give their permission to be recreated with AI. Williams' statement comes after her father killed himself in 2014. Williams wrote in an Instagram story, "I've already heard AI used to get his voice to say whatever people want. And while I find it personally disturbing, the ramifications go far beyond my own feelings. Living actors deserve a chance to create characters with their choices, to voice cartoons, to put their human effort and time into the pursuit of the performance." Williams also added AI recreations of actors, including their voices, are a poor copy of greater people at best and a horrendous Frankenstein monster at worst. AI was a major reason writers in Hollywood went on strike for nearly 5 months this year. The strike ended last week after the writers were granted various agreements, including protection from studios mandating writers to use AI when writing a script.
Just went into the context of Robin Williams' daughter being against the whole AI stuff about her dad, and how it's not right. You know, the dude's dead. He can't say yes or no to it. It's wrong. It's taking away artwork from real people. There's people that can imitate Robin Williams in his past work, and I feel like that's not an insult. That is like complimentary to the work that they have done, and it's a human impersonating it, not a computer. So that's awesome. I think anything like that is awesome. I loved that whole Mork and Mindy video thingy that came out after Robin Williams died. Like that year later that one actor did. He did an amazing part with it. He put so much heart into that, and he still took that shit off of YouTube because it was like hurting and affecting Robin Williams' family so much. So that guy was definitely not in a at-fault way, I don't think. He was using it as an art piece, as like respect and contribution towards Robin Williams in comparison to like AI ripping him off and just money. It's just AI is crap. We went into the context here with the same thing. Russell Brand's being a creepy guy and apparently icky stuffs, so it's hard to follow him. Tucker Carlson, you know, they're talking about how he was fired for his lies, but his lies were not lies. They were misrepresented misinformation that wasn't misinformation. Oh, man.
I think you should buy this mug. I'll ask you nicely, but he won't.
Watch out, Dark Brandon's gonna be after us. He's watching. Dark Brandon. That's his campaign against the Let's Go Brandon thing. Is such a slap in the face to him, man. Such a slap in the fucking face.
He's a Ukrainian hero, a Canadian hero, and we thank him for all his service. Thank you.
It's deeply embarrassing to the Parliament of Canada.
Oh yeah, I bet it is.
And to all Canadians.
Fucked up.
Particularly Jewish MPs and all members of the Jewish community across the country who are commemorating Yom Kippur today.
Yep. The one guy that got praised in Canada, and then they found out he was a Nazi, and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry," because they didn't do enough background checks. Someone from the Ukraine. That this guy was like, "Oh, let's bring him in here and let's congratulate him." And then Trudeau's like, "Oh, shoot, we fucked up." And then they go apologize about it. And now the opposition side wants this guy and others to step down from office, which does make sense. But at the same time, this old guy ain't doing shit. No way he's starting another Holocaust. But we do have to have respect. It's necessary.
Well, they're not in a position or someone that I would aspire to be. So why am I following this same recipe and this same protocol that I'm seeing doesn't work? And I realized just how high people were. Like, they'll come over or I'll meet someone and they're energetic and we're talking and it's flowing, and then we smoke and it just goes like this. People always say, "Oh, I can work out high, I can study high, I can read high," which I was the most functional weedhead anyone ever known. And people in the comment section, please confirm this and tell people.
Can get lazy.
I was the most functional weedhead that existed on earth. I would get so much shit done. I'm an extremely motivated individual. But why make things harder for yourself? Why add that extra layer of challenge to things that are already hard in the first place? It's already hard to wake up early in the morning and work out. So why do that when you're groggy off a couple blunts from the last night or something like that, right? These are all just things that came to my mind and made me realize I got to step my game up. And they say insanity is doing the same thing over and over, hoping for the same results. So that ties back to what I was saying. I was just doing the same thing every day, day in, day out, hoping for the same results. So, there'll be times where I may have felt a bit lonely and I'll smoke and I feel fine. But I need to feel lonely. The loneliness is what makes you go out and talk to people more and be more social and want to be more social, right? Or there are times I'll just be frustrated with situations or people in my life and I'll just smoke and it just dissolves. But why are you dissolving that? Those are things that you need to address. If there's people in your life that are frustrating you, you need to get to the bottom of those issues or you need to cut those people off. If there's people that aren't doing what they should be doing in your life, you can't just be brushing those feelings under the rug, which is exactly what weed does. It puts your mind in the clouds.
And they have a panic attack.
Weed thing's a weird one because it's like many things. It's completely dependent upon the individual, like their individual genetics, their biology, whatever it is that they've had in their past. I know people that smoke marijuana and they're high functioning, and I know people that smoke marijuana and they don't get anything done. And I don't know if they're related. Those two things are related. I think people who generally have drive and discipline, marijuana gives them a break. It gives them a nice little rest stop. And I think that's probably beneficial.
Some people that can't function while being high, just treat it like that glass of wine at the end of the day. You work hard, now take a break, man. You know what I mean? So that's one of the mindsets of it all. The other is the high-functioning one that can do it all day. Seth Rogen, high example right there. Literally, high 24/7. He puts out bangers of production on everything. Like, he is producer, writer, actor, always doing something.
Also think it makes you a little kinder, a little more compassionate, a little more sensitive, which is probably very beneficial to someone who's hyper-focused. Like people that are like type A personalities and trying to get things done all the time. You smoke a little pot and you're like, what am I doing? Like, let's fucking relax a little. And then you get back to it. You're all right. I think there's a great benefit to that. But I should also say that it's very popular in the jiu-jitsu world.
Oh, yeah.
Right, that's why I'm going to cut it off. I think it's awesome that they use it for relaxation for sports now. I do believe it is not considered to be a performance-enhancing drug in the NFL anymore. Don't quote me on this. I know this was a touchy subject a while back because someone was getting kicked out or didn't get kicked out. It was a subject for a while back then. But I think that athletes and like Joe was saying there about, jiu-jitsu people, that's an art form. So like to understand and to get into the motion of it all, you got to be able to calm yourself and be in that sense of mind. When you're in sports, you got to be able to relax afterward. You're putting your body on the line for entertainment. For entertainment. You're not even protecting your country. You're entertaining your country to distract them from their bullshit day lives that they have to deal with, that we have to deal with. We like to not have to think about shit sometimes. And now equate that to pot as well. It's equal. Like, it's just as much of a sidestepping drug as it is. Caffeine's more of one, in my opinion. Alright, so Delta 9, here's the thing. With Delta 8, Delta 9, Delta 10, those are all like, it's one, think of, we have so many chromosomes in our body, right? We have so many pieces of a puzzle in our body. Now, marijuana's the same way. You take one little chunk of it, and then exasperate it, but take out everything else. Imagine what that's got to be doing to your body. We don't know. So when they take this Delta 9 compound out of stuff like that and put it into it and just dramatically make that bigger, that it can't be good for your body. I do support the selling of them because you, as your own island, should be able to put almost anything in your body that you want without it affecting another person's pursuit of happiness until it affects someone else's pursuit of happiness. But at the same time, there's stuff that's just toxic for you. And I feel like the more you go into those distilled concentrates of those specific puzzle pieces, it leans more into a toxic nature, whereas THC, in my opinion, THCA even, is more healthy. You know what? And that's, hell yeah, dude. So besides the legal stuff that I smoke now, THCA has been legal since June in Wisconsin. This is the same stuff that I smoked when I was in Colorado, back before any of these Delta products existed. And I didn't know any different. They're like, THC, THCA. I was like, all right, what's the difference? They're like, it's heat activated. It doesn't work until you burn it. So if you put it in a cart, it won't work till you hit the button. If you put it in a bowl, it won't work till you light it. And if you put it in food, it won't work till you bake it. So it's heat activated. Someone can't just grab it, eat it, and get fucked up. And that's the best thing about THCA. And that has been recently legalized in Wisconsin, because there's no really a harm. The whole fight against it was war on drugs, and then you could just grab it and get high. A kid could grab it, get high, and get messed up. But you can't do that anymore. So, like, it's a big, big breach there. And it's a lot easier and safer in comparison to taking a chemically synthetic made portion of the full puzzle. You know what I mean? To where you're lacking all these other things. You wouldn't just eat straight oranges for the rest of your life, right? No, you got to be biodiverse. You eat multiple different things to make your immune system better, and it's healthier in that regard. I don't know. If you lean into this is another reason. This happened. This guy talked about this in Minnesota, right? 2 months after that, legalization happened here in Wisconsin for THCA. Coincidence? I think not. Wisconsin follows all state legislation after Minnesota, Michigan, and partially Canada. Now, for it to take as long as it did to get to this point now, baffles the hell out of me. THCA was legalized in Texas before Wisconsin. I'd never seen that coming. But it happened, and it's because of this guy.
It's great we had this long discussion, and now we are finally coming down to a vote. But everybody should know there's a very good reason marijuana is illegal. Last year, it killed 480,000 people. Never mind, that's tobacco. Sorry. All right. 140,000. Marijuana killed 140,000 people last year. Alcohol. Sorry. Got my numbers mixed up here. 500. It's got to be 500. This is a dangerous illegal substance. We must ban it. We cannot let it be legal. 500 people died. That's Tylenol. We are talking about a substance with no lethality. The time for marijuana prohibition is over, and it's...
I just love how compelling he was with his argument there, using them numbers, and then he leaned into the legal one, Tylenol. I don't know. I thought his argument was really good there. I know a lot of people smoke, so I can't say much, and I did more than that. I feel that, dude. We're not going to go too in depth of all of it. I'd like to keep it a little more PG if we could. But yeah, I've fought with addiction. I actually, what was it? Is it 10 or 11 years? Hold on one second. Baby! How many years is it this anniversary for September? Is that 10 or 11? 11. Thank you. 11 years of fighting against addiction, and I feel like I've won for 11 years. And it's hard. Every day is a win, man. So I'm right there with you, and dude, every day matters. So, like, congrats to you, man, for getting off all that. Yeah, I couldn't be prouder. You know, that's just, seeing people change is so much better than just seeing shit from the get-go. So, like, you got Martin Luther King Jr., and then you got Malcolm X. Martin Luther King Jr., we all knew he was a good guy from the get-go, right? We all knew. Malcolm X was an asshole, dude. But he stood for fucking something. And you've seen him change into such a great being towards the end of his lifespan. He goes out to Mecca, or, was it Mecca? Or somewhere else. One of those two. He went out there and seeing everyone gathering there. And they were all different types of nationalities, all different types of colors. And it was amazing. And he became such a poetic man after that. So, like, to see someone change into a beautiful individual, when they were from the beginning, they had the ability to be so from the get-go, but to see it flourish, that is so freaking naturally beautiful, man. It's like seeing a woman give birth without an epidural. It's beautiful. It's poetic. But yeah, this guy, pretty sure him and people like this guy are the reason why we're getting legalization here in the States. They're actually working on federal legalization now. If that happens, we will officially have no more war on marijuana, and that would be awesome. Let's decriminalize some people. They're not criminals. They just want to smoke. They just want to smoke. And thanks again for the congratulations there, Zach. Freaking awesome stuff. Now this one, I'm going to have to cut off this video at some point because I don't want to get demonetized, and I don't want to be showing you guys some horrible stuff. But I seen an article on a poet that got stabbed. I don't see how he's a poet, but it's even on Malcolm X Boulevard. Holy shit. I was just talking. Wow. Really leading into each other. All right, but I'm going to cut it off before it gets to anything. You can see some of it, but I'm not going to let you guys actually see the graphic content. I will cut it off before there. This is outside of a bar or an establishment somewhere over in New York. And they're just minding their own business. They keep going, you know, a little intoxicated. They see the dude freak out there, start pushing shit over. I don't know what happened, but I do believe it was racially motivated in the reverse fashion. And yeah, we're going to cut it off right there. It was in a reverse fashion, as in, you know, the two people are standing there, minding their own business. Person goes by for some reason, is enraged, kicks over bikes and stuff, and then starts lunging at the man. He ends up... This guy defends the woman. It's awesome. I watched the whole thing. He was really heroic about it. Dude goes to slice, right? And the dude pushes away. The dude, you know, just one-handed lightly, keeps himself in between the assailant and his lady friend the whole time. And at the end of it, he's laying on the ground. Dude walks off. Another chick comes around the corner, asks if they're okay. And then this lady of the couple here asked that lady to keep an eye on that dude. She was even looking after the rest of the public. It wasn't even just get that guy. It was keep an eye on him. Don't let him hurt someone else. Even while that happened. That's a hard thing to do. That's some strong nerves. And I hope she can get past the trauma. I hope all parties can get past the trauma. I hope this guy is convicted for whatever means. It didn't seem like there was any provocation. It's really messed up. And yeah, I hope the man gets charged to the fullest. It's sad. It's sad when it comes to that. Another sad thing is we don't have everyone that is viewing subscribed. I watch. I don't even know the numbers because it's been like a week, and I'm sure the numbers have changed, and I'm not looking at the analytics while I'm on live. That's not happening. But not all of you are subscribed that are viewing this. And I think that you would like to be subscribed, because then you can hit that bell notification to be alerted when we're actually having videos come out. I don't know if it does it with the live streams, but it should. YouTube, if you see this, get your notifications to work for live streams. You'd be able to compete with Twitch a lot easier. Do it. Alright, so this has been my little news segment type thing that we got. We were trying something different. And yeah, we might do this every so often. The plan was to actually have people on here. We're going to get a podcast type thing set up. And it's going to be much like how we went across it here, but we'll have a little more debatable subjects and more people that can bounce back and forth ideas with. Along with you guys, I would like to keep the chat bar here below, but if we don't have the chat bar here, then that's fine. We'll have the other images, videos of the other people that will be contributing to the podcast and discussions. And always feel like you can be included in these. All these people will learn your names. They will learn your opinions because you have the right to have them. We just got to make sure we comply with YouTube so that way we don't get demonetized and we can keep spreading information, positivity, and just a mattersome mindset. All right, so I'm going to get out of here. You guys live it vivid. I'm going to shut this thing down. And just remember, guys, you matter and be awesome.